Wow, what a schus to record Ignite the Light for NTSY to give a little chizuk. Hopefully this will enter your hearts a little. So Rashi says, this week's parsha on Devarim. Pasuk says in Parak Aleph, Pasuk Yud Beis, it says, Masechem, and Rashi says on your burdens, right? Well, what's the pasuk say? The pasuk says, Eicha esa levadi tarchem, Masechem rivchem. Moshe is complaining, how can I bear the burden and all this that the Klal Yisrael is giving on me? Right? So it says, Melamed Shaya Abikursim. Rashi says they were Abikursim. Why? Because when Moshe would leave his house early, they would say, oh, maybe he's having problems at home. And when he would even say house late, they would say, oh, maybe he's plotting plans against us. So think what this is on three different levels. Number one is they were Apikursin. Why? Because they were thinking the wrong thoughts. That's Apikursis? Yeah, because they could have thought good things, especially Moshe Rabbeinu. How did they think that when he got up early, they could say, oh, look at what a big tzaddik is, and he's trying to serve the people. When he got up late, they could say, oh, he's working at home to be ready to prepare for us. But they didn't say that. Number two is, no matter who it is, when you think things about people, it affects them. Even Moshe Rabbeinu said, Moshe Rabbeinu knew he wasn't doing those things, but it affected him that he felt that it was a burden on him when he couldn't bear that. That's an unbelievable powerful thing. What we think not only is bad for us, but it affects poorly on other people. But also, if we do it right, it affects us. Then we are not Apikursin. It's three different levels here. Number one, we could have thought bad. That makes us Apikursin. Number two is it affects the other person. But number three, it even affects us. If we think good things about people, they'll often achieve the goals that we want, and we'll often have a much happier life. We'll be happier people. To the level that it calls them Apikursin. And I think that's the lesson that we give when we deal with people all the time, and all the more so when we deal with our NCS wires. We have to think positive thoughts and share with them. We can't sugarcoat things and say everything you do is sweet and great. We have to set goals and aspire to them. You know, one of the things we did this summer is we inspired all the campers in NCSY Camp Sports to wear tzitzis. It was a challenge on them, but we kept telling them, you can do it. And finally on Friday night at the last week of camp, every single guy in camp wore a pair of tzitzis. We set a goal, but we also set a positive thing. We thought good about them. We knew they could do it, and at the same time they did it. And that's our job with NCS Wires all the time, to think good thoughts and to inspire them. And even if it could go both ways, and that'll inspire us. And I'm telling you, every day that I put on tzitzis, I think of these guys and it inspires me. And just to add a little thought about Tisha B'Av that's coming up very soon, is the same kind of thought goes in. There's a pasuk at the beginning of Shemos that talks about Moshe in the water. But Tiftach v'tira as a yeled, and Miriam sees Moshe, this yeled, and the baby is crying. V'tach malav v'tomer yalde ivrim zeh, and she says, "Oh, this must be a baby from the Jews." What does it mean? She only saw him crying. How does she know he's a Jewish baby? So they're pshatim on what she saw. But one, I think Chedush Shirim says, or someone, I didn't have time to look it up, but someone says, "Oh, that's me." Rabbi Yaakov Meir Shechter says that this is a raya. What was his cry? You can have cry of despair and cry of total loss. That's not the way a Jew cries. A Jew cries, even within the tear, there's a bit of positive. And she saw that in Moshe Rabbeinu's cry, there was a bit of positive. And that's our goal. On Tisha B'Av also, to see a little bit of positive, to be real, just like we said, to understand the reality, but always try to see the positive. We should all be zocha to see the positive and challenge our NCS wires to be the greatest they can be, and as well as yourself, and we should be great people. Have a great, great Shabbos.